Koss. Koss can be a four-letter word. You tell me about the Pro 4As and I start twitching and I'm like, I want to punch somebody. Then, you know, the old Koss electrostats, the 950s. The original ones are like meh. Like meh. Like solidly meh for their money. The mashup ones, wholly improved. And then, if you say, hey, I got Porta Pros or KSC 75s, then Koss is basically just a replacement for the word love and fuck, because I fucking love these. Like, I've replaced them with a little bit of a side preview. I've put Yaxi pads on these, which are a Japanese pad that costs nearly as much as the things on them. I had to buy like a 5-pack to make it worth it in my head. I will link Yaxi pads. So if you have Porta Pros, specifically Porta Pros, we want to up the Porta Pros. They don't sell it in a red and blue combo. They sell red ones and they sell blue ones, and I did the Zeos thing. But slight re-review of the Porta Pros. Fuck yes, I'll use these for like live streams when I'm on my feet for 6 hours, because when Ship 9500s are not comfortable enough, these. And then I also Yaxi padded my KSC 75s. These are the mass drop ones. I'll link to the Amazon ones, which are normal and not black, and these mass drop ones would have the wire. And these are basically also my go-to for, like, I just need hours of endless comfort. The Yaxi pads are a little bit too thick. They have a little bit too much thickness for this, like, ear clip system. Great on that. Okay on this. Add Soundstage. Like, what the fuck? How do you even do that? These are basically, every time I make a phone call, I've got a KSC 75 hooked to my head. So when I saw another cheap as fuck set of Koss headphones, like actual look headphone, not like Guardians of the Galaxy level size headphone, amazing by the way, but like headphone, I jumped. These how do I supposed to fold these? Here's the thing, these are the weirdest built, designed, and functioning headphones I've ever used. And I'm going to give my recommendation. Here's the thing. I'm going to start this video off. If you guys don't have the time, you don't want me to waste your whole day, spend $26, which is what these cost, link in the description, and just pick up a set of Koss UR40s. I would show you what they look like with the original pads, but I'm pretty sure the original pads separated from this. I put them down and they literally biodegraded just from air, because they're horrible horse shit. Like, they're like kids headphones, like $26 kid headphones with, like, they have this weird folding thing they do with the stock pads. You can actually fold them, like these fold up, and then this is supposed to fold like into itself a little bit, but that's about as far as it folds, even with the stock pads. Like, what's the point of adding? I guess you're getting like an inch narrowness going on. I really need to talk about the build. So, like, what are the lightest headphones I reviewed? The Audio-Technica 5000Xs for $2,000. Haha, my friend. These are the lightest headphones, probably, because they have no metal. They contain not a single... Actually, wait. That grill is metal, but everything else is plastic. And look at this head strap thing. It actually uses a comfort strap system, which is good. I want comfort straps on most things. And it's made of like an open mesh, which is good. I want literally an open mesh. A piece of leather up there doesn't breathe. So that's not a design flaw. That's a fucking plus. That's a big plus. And it's got the you know, the ends isn't soft. It pops back in place. The fact that this bends a little bit in the middle is like the weirdest, most useless thing ever. But if you really take a look at these headphones, like that adjustment system, when they're off your head, is nice and easy. When you put them on your head, it sort of locks it in place. So you could adjust them and they'll stay. The pads I chose, because I try these pads first. These are my favorite pads. One of my favorite pads you can put on things are Shure 1540 pads. Let me show you approximately how many headphones they work on. 1, 2. Foss XT 50 RPs work with the Shure 1540 pads. That's why I recommend them for it. They're a $40 pad. This is a $40 pair of pads on a $26, mostly plastic, attached wired, Koss weird fucking headphone for children. And it's worth it. This is a worthwhile investment. $60 for a light as fuck. These make the, these are the GT3 version of like Schipp 9500s. Like if you really need lightweight, like you really need I guarantee you, I added more weight with the pads than these headphones would have had. Like they actually have like a weight now. They haven't broken on me either. I've been tossing them around. When I buy something like this, when I buy a cheap something off Amazon, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna review that. I really try to abuse it. I try to like be bad with them because you're going to be bad with them. Not on purpose, I hope. That's my job. But I try to like abuse it to see what's going to break. If I borrow someone's HD820s, I don't tend to slam them around. Or at least not on camera. But these, I've abused. They're fine. They'll probably, if I stood here and I just squeezed them like that, something's going to give up. Something's going to give up, but they haven't on their own. So they're pretty fucking robust. And they're $26. Can I point out that's like 4 Happy Meals at McDonald's? And here's the kicker. They follow the same vein as the Porta Pros and the KPH30is. They sound good. Here's the thing. They're probably 10% worse than Porta Pros. And 15% worse than KPH30is with the stock pads. You put these pads on, specifically these pads. You can go ahead and try any pad you want. I'm not saying you have to spend $40 on these. This is just what I'm going to review them as and sound demo them. I don't have the sound demo done. But these are what those could be, but with an actual headphone feeling. A lot of people, this is an on-ear. This is a legit, this goes on your ear. And I even had to add extra foam here, speaker surround foam, to bump this out. Because the way this is designed for these pads I'm holding my fingers on right now, to touch the side of your head, and then you can adjust if you want firm or light touches. Hold on. This thing here will actually let it kink out or go in further, like that. So it's designed to float outside your ear, and then when you add the thicker Yaxi pads, these sort of can't do their job, so I added more foam. And some people, these are comfortable as fuck, to me. But I know people who can't handle things touching their ears. They need a headphone. They need like the pad around their ear. Enter the UR40s. If you want to know what it would be like to have Porta Pros with pads, like actual real pads, $26. I've ripped these apart. I've unscrewed them. I'm pretty sure because I unscrewed them once and put the screws back in, the screws are just stripped. They're built so cheap. So cheap. You're not buying them for the build quality, although they don't break. I could throw it at the Soundstage because the Soundstage D5 over here is a brick. If you want to try, if you want the sound quality, and they're still, like I literally set this setup right here, the Soundstage D5 and the X-Duo TA10, which is a tube hybrid with a balance. This is balanced, and this is like a $500 I pulled these out first. They were just sitting here. And I know that I'm able to assess the quality of a DEC amp with $26 headphones. And you laugh, but that's the fucking case. I don't know what to do with these because I'm not bothered by the comfort of these. I have these when the comfort of those is like, oh, I don't want to squeeze my ears. So I got these out and I put these pads on. You put them on my head. And the only thing I could say is that the headband's a little narrow, so the bottom, I wish the pad was more even, and it's sort of like top, and the sides, the bottom sort of float, but I have a big head, so maybe that's part of that reasoning. Left indicator, right indicator. They weigh nothing. The attached wire can get annoying, and it is a very thin. It's just the standard Koss. Why are you bothering giving me this little shitty cable connector? But I guarantee you, someone's going to buy these, and in 2 weeks they'll have MMCX connectors on them, and they'll be using the wire from the tin T3s, and it'll be like blam. I'll probably paint them black too. That was a Durarara song, by the way, that I started with. I can hear static in the song. Actually, wait. Temple of Doom, John Williams. The 10%, 15% that's missing, by the way, compared to those, is in the highs. These actually maintain decent low end. They have amazing soundstage and imaging. Like, equivalent to Ship 9500's imaging, with more soundstage, especially with these pads. Just the treble is a little bit duller. They're literally firing into, I pulled this off, I'll pull it off now, I don't have to listen to it anymore. Here, see the little baby driver in there behind this felt? I probably could remove the felt and try that. Want to do some modding? Nah, I'm gonna get a knife to do that. But there's just a giant chunk of foam back here that you have to leave in. If you take it out, you lose all low end. And then the treble gets worse. So, this is a very simple review. It's $26. If you want to try it, if you've never bought anything that I've reviewed, you can spend $26, and you can put these with their stock pads on your head and go, ooh, these stock pads suck, but wow, they kind of sound really good. And then you can decide if you want to get HM5 pads or the Shure pads, which I would buy these just to touch. If you're one of those people who has like a fidget spinner on your desk, or the balls, the Benoit balls, did you do that thing too? Just buy a set of Shure 1540s and just touch them. Just touch them all day. It's like, stress relief. Look at the perforated fucking, what's the hell? Alcantara. Oh, man. Knee. I love these pads. Alright, they are, I'm dedicating 2 days on my channel to these. Alright? I don't have to. But everyone should just give them a shot. I don't believe in cheap headphones, Zeos. Here. If you've never had a Koss, and you buy these to try them out, and you go, wow, Zeos, how do these do that for $26? At that point, when you're going to stop thinking about these, and then you're going to go out and get yourself a pair of Porta-Pros. And you'll be like, oh man, these are amazing. What would they be like if they had thicker pads and more soundstage? Yaxi pads. And then when you graduate finally to the, I don't like the people who put headbands on top of the KSCs, because the KSC driver and that driver are slightly different. And then I know you can get like different 3D printed, this is a pain in the ass to take off. The covers here, you look how much of that driver is covered with plastic. There are people 3D printing different patterns to change the way these sound. There's like a cult following. This is like the perfect Zeos product. All the Koss products are perfect Zeos products. Think about the enjoyment they've given me. Sound great, are cheap. Sound great, are cheap. Sound great, are cheap and moddable. And then Pro 4AA's biggest piles of garbage I've ever fucking used. What an exciting fucking lineup they have. So yeah, links to these, description. Links to her. She was going to go for another review, but now she's going for this one. Because she's just, look at it. It's perfect. It's a perfect thing, isn't it? Perfect. And I'll see you tomorrow for the sound demo. Check out RMAF. There will be, here's the thing. Rocky Mountain Audio Fest will have a bunch of stuff set up for people to try. Cheap stuff that maybe they haven't. I'll probably have a couple sets of KSC75s just to give away. I'll just buy them. They're like $17, $15 on Amazon. Here, everyone, you look like you need KSC75s. Here you go. Porta-Pros will be at the listening stations where we're showing off things like this. Maybe the Sabaj will come. That's like a $500. That's like a... It's still cheaper than most things you'll find at the Can Jam. But like this X-Duo. Oof. Put that down there. Put a JDS Labs Atom down there, and put fucking Porta-Pros with Yaxi pads. You'll be able to try that stuff at Rocky Mountain. So the GoFundMe for Rocky Mountain is in the description. Check out the forum.hifiguide.com, which is basically where I'm trying to invite everybody there. Anybody who's anybody, show up, have your discussions, talk audio. I'm trying to get the off-topic section. Talk music, honestly. The music section's really got some of the most interesting posts. And then the off-topic section, if you want to talk about, building pine box derby cars and, how to rob a bank, go for it. I mean, maybe not that one. The FBI will be looking at you, and therefore looking at me. But yeah, feel free to explore the forums and the Patreon. You'll get to see these videos a week early. Some things usually end up in the yard sale. I'm not going to sell those. There's no point in selling a $26 set of headphones. It'll cost me more to ship it to like Washington State than it costs to buy them. But check out the Patreon, see these videos early, check out the yard sales, and then $10 a month gets you into the private Telegram chat with over 200 members now. 200 members. Those people are paying my rent, like literally. So if you're in there, you get to know exactly what I'm doing at all times. Take videos with my phone, pictures with my phone, answer people's questions with my mic. I'm like, hey, look what I got set up today. Boom. Sometimes I'll tweet about it, and then it's like public, but most of the time, it's like 90% of the time, everything I'm social mediating is for the private people in that Telegram chat. So yeah, we're done here. We're done. I want to ramble on and on about these. Like, hey, these are like the cheapest built, yet build quality to sound ratio is like off the chain. And again, I could just like, oh no, they're fine. Oh, they're so fun. They're literally fine. It's very hard to ask for more than that out of a $26 headphone. So I'll see you all tomorrow for the sound demo, and we'll party. Or you could check it out now. Right now.